What's up, everybody? I'm Greg Miller. Welcome to a Rewind Theater for a crazy Sony ad. Alongside me is the Pokemaniac, Jack DeVries.
What's up, guys?
Not much, Jack. Today I wake up, Kevin Butler's on the Twitter. He says, I want to share something with you. Greg, I look at it, what is it? It's this crazy Sony ad. It's less than a minute long, and it's got all these references to other Sony products.
Right, it's jam-packed full of them.
Yeah, and it's teasing that on October 5th we're going to get more information. Jack, the way I see it, there's two options that can happen. Number one is in my heart of hearts, what I want to happen is that on October 5th, it's a Wednesday, they announce the PlayStation Vita release date for North America.
That would be fantastic.
That would be awesome. But what I'm expecting in my brain is just another trailer for some kind of marketing thing. It's just more marketing. It came from Kevin Butler. There's not a giant push. It's kind of viral right now.
Yeah.
Let's go through everything in there, though. Jump all the way back to the beginning here. You have these two army men dropping in. Right now with the parachute thing, very reminiscent of Metal Gear Solid 3 when Naked Snake drops in for the first time and jumps down. These guys, we want to pause right here. World War, the very classic World War I-ish,
yes.
2-ish outfits. Reminds me of Resistance, Fall of Man, especially
yeah.
with the netting on his helmet, which was on the Resistance
Cover
box.
the first one, yeah, with the Hellcat skull.
We go a little bit further. You get to play a little bit more. You're going to jump up to about the 12-second one. There you go.
Yeah, if you guys look closely, you're going to see these yellow dots in the background. They look like eyes. We're thinking possibly Hellgas, although those are red. We're thinking maybe Chimera.
Yeah. When you look at the Hellgas from far away, they look yellowish, but maybe this is Chimera, and there should be multiple eyes then because they've got that alien stuff going on. But who knows? Maybe that's what's happening in the distance. We don't know. 18-second mark. If we weren't talking over it right here, you'd hear the Resistance siren. That's what a siren sounds like. Don't worry, there's not a tornado in your house. That's Greg Miller. Just making a noise. Yeah, okay.
Yep. As I keep up here, you're going to see in the background on the side, just a second.
Yep. Pause. Yeah.
Right there, you're going to see that's Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck.
Yeah, womp womp. You even hear the jingle.
Yeah, you can hear the jingle right now if you're listening. And also interesting, if you look very closely on this castle or whatever this is, there are a lot of handholds. It looks very much like
Nathan Drake-ish, Uncharted,
Nathan Drake-ish,
right?
yeah.
I want
climbing all over.
I would love to crawl down there. Go a little bit further. Pause right here. There's a Latin above it there, and I believe that stands, of course, for Long Live Play, Sony's new ad campaign slogan that Kevin Butler debuted a while back. There's a guest book over there to the left, too. Not sure what that means, but we have a theory about it at the very end here if you want to go a little bit further.
Bringing back online guest books.
Yeah. All right, pause right there. First off, there's a PlayStation logo at the top of the little ticket booth. But then over there, in the right corner, the Mark II from Metal Gear Solid 4. Of course, Otacon gave that to Snake to have run around and do its thing.
Sneaking away.
It's sneaking away. It's a scaredy cat. Let it go. A little further. A little bit further. A little bit further. Oh my god. All right, pause here. Jack, what do you see?
I see Parappa the Rapper.
Oh my god.
See that right there on the right, up in this little photo booth looking thing with a bunch of other PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of photos going on here. If you notice, again, on the right, you have this wanted sign saying for a train robbery. Then below that, there's a reference to Governor.
Yes.
We Googled around. We couldn't come up with anything
Figure
concrete
that one
on that. I think the Governor is Walking Dead. So there you go. But that's probably not what it is, because these all seem to be first-party references.
Yep. You'll see the pretty lady here.
Very pretty lady.
Very nonchalant. She also has this very extravagant brooch there, which may or may not be a bejeweled Chimera skull.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which I want.
I would love one of those.
Yeah.
If we can go a little bit further, 36-second mark, use blah, 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 toss that in. Oh, also, rewind a second ago, sorry. Like I'm saying, he's got these military patches on his shoulder there. Definitely used in a lot of games, but it does speak to, I still think, Resistance based on what's happening. Go a little bit further, he tosses some money into a thing here, and there's all sorts of stuff in this little pay tray. Stop. What do we got? We got a Little Big Planet score bubble right there glowing in the center. Then what looks to be some doubloons.
Yeah, kind of another Uncharted reference. Some sort of weird foreign money, SZA, something like that. We can't figure out what that one is.
It's probably made up. I don't think anybody's money looks like that.
Anyone ever?
World. Yeah, no, ever. All right. Let it go a little bit further. You're going to get, these guys have to check their weapons before they go into this little area. Stop right here. You see a whole bunch of stuff. First off, my favorite one, the ratchet wrench right there, the Omni wrench. Then in the very far back left here, I believe this is that Killzone arc lightning cannon. I couldn't get a good screenshot before I left, but it definitely looks like that from, if I remember correctly, Killzone 2 when you're walking around blasting that guy, which was one of the best parts of that game.
Yep. Up here, looks like we have the Auger from Resistance, the one that can shoot through walls. It's got those little dots. And then a sword up in the front.
Yeah, a crazy sword there on the left. We didn't identify it. Definitely, we are not know-it-alls, ladies and gentlemen. We try our best. If you're seeing weapons here that you definitely know what they are, please comment on this video. Let us know what they are. Let the world know. We went through the swords. Like, it could be a bunch of different swords, you know, Final Fantasy, whatever. You jumped Heavenly Sword, we even looked at.
Yeah.
The thing was that we started branching out and like we're looking at like Nero's sword. I think this is all first-party stuff with the exception of the Metal Gear reference.
Right.
But that Metal Gear is always a franchise people associate with Sony, so whatever. I'll let it play a little bit further, though. We get some different angles on the weapons. The guy's checking their thing. Again, I think that's the resistant helmet. Again, right there, too, it looks like one of the Helgas/ISA rifles from Killzone, if you're asking me, but nobody's really asking. Go a little bit further. These guys go into a dark room here where I guess everybody else is, where we're going to get to see on, of course, October 5th. Let it play. There you go. October 5th is coming, but not to be outdone. All the Easter eggs aren't done. Right there. Oh my gosh. So fast. If you look between the 5 and the 11, you see the shadow, or I guess the reflection of Kratos look at you. If we can go a little bit further. Boom. It's hard to see when we're slowing it down even, but there it is. There it is. There it is. There he is. The God of War. It's hard to tell with that thing. It looks like he might have a different paint on his face, but maybe it's just a reflection of the marble texture. Hard to say, Jack.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. We've gone through this. All these things. When we first started this thing, we thought maybe it was going to be the Vita, best case scenario, or just some dumb marketing thing. One of the things I saw when we were going through there, right, is that there's a little bit of play on red. You have some red over on when you first come into the shop here, right there.
Right there.
And then when they go in through the door, when they finally open that door, there's some red in there too. That, when I started thinking about it, all these franchises, with the exception of Parappa the Rapper and Twisted Metal, are on the PS3 Greatest Hits library, which of course comes with a red banner on top of them. Maybe that's why Sweet Tooth is on the outside, because Twisted Metal can't get in yet. Maybe that's why Parappa the Rapper's out here. But then we talked a little bit more, Jack.
Yes.
We kept going into it. We kept diving into this, what it could mean.
Yeah, like Inception.
There's layers on top of layers. What do you think it could be?
I'm thinking that this might be something tied into the PlayStation Network as a whole. It looks like they have the PlayStation Network tag at the end. These are all games that are also already out in some form and have been in the past. It could be that we're looking at some sort of maybe downloadable service for Greatest Hits.
Yeah.
Or, worse, even worse, we could be looking at a pay-to-play thing.
These guys are tossing in their money, right, and then going into a room full of all these other games. It's one of those things where Sony already just started doing, the whole, when you buy the game new, you get a code to redeem so you can play online with other people. Maybe it's somehow tied into that. I mean, then we're Metal Gear Online, right? There's already Metal Gear Online. I don't know what Parappa's influence would be, other than he's a PS1 classic right now. You can download and have. So there's definitely a few threads here on what this could possibly be. We won't know, though, until October 5th, 2011. But when we do, I guarantee we will post it on IGN.com, and we will all be horribly mocked for making a big deal out of basically a commercial. But that's why we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, for all PlayStation commercials and PlayStation news, keep it on IGN.com.
Peace.
Be out!